Welcome back to Rebellious Reviews. Today's review is focused on 2021's movie Flashback. And the official synopsis of Flashback is, after a chance encounter with a man forgotten from his youth, Fred literally and metaphorically journeys into his past. He slowly begins to unravel a long-written mystery about a missing girl, a drug called Mercury, and a terrifying creature that followed them into their adulthood. This movie was a whole bunch of different things. It was, to me, mind-boggling, insane. Like, it really takes you up there with how crazy and wild it gets. Here is my review on the matter. What I first enjoyed about this movie would be the casting. I believe that Dylan O'Brien as Fred did a good job with how he portrayed the character Fred in the movie. Because in this movie, we see Fred go through many different timelines trying to find out exactly what happened to this missing girl that he used to go to high school with named Cindy. And each of the timelines that he goes through in his life, the flashbacks, are all more either severely different or severely disturbing with the different outcomes and everything. And with just how Dylan O'Brien did as Fred, I believe that he helped make this movie pretty good. I believe that Monica Monroe as Cindy did a good job as well. As Cindy, the missing person, as Cindy was something else as well. Like, she takes Fred to the extreme with the different timelines and flashbacks that is just very insane and kind of hard to describe sometimes. I'll just say that. And I would say for the rest of the cast in this movie, I think they all did a good job with the characters, with knowing Fred and with having different outcomes as well, thanks to Fred and this crazy drug as Mercury. What I thought this movie did good as well would probably have to be how it was done with the editing. Like, the editing / the cinematography in this movie was done pretty well. With the flashbacks happening, how it transitioned from one flashback to another, how the outcomes were made and presented. I think that this movie does pretty well with the editing / the cinematography, because it takes you there. Like, you think this is going to be this is going to be a sweet movie, this is going to be a good movie, or an easy movie to watch. Nah, it's not like that. It takes you there, and you have to be prepared for all the craziness with this movie. I would say maybe another thing that I thought this movie did well on would probably have to be maybe the story. As the story, it takes you there, like I said, and how the storylines and how the timelines are drastically different from one another, with some of the outcomes being tragic, some of the outcomes being good, some of the outcomes being extremely sad for Fred or anyone else involved. I think it does a good job with just trying to expose different things to the audience and how it can really get. Now, the first thing that I did not like about this movie would probably have to be, it was a little bit confusing at times. If you really paid attention, then you would probably understand what is exactly going on. But if you're someone that didn't pay attention for the entire time, this movie can be a little bit confusing for you because of how mind-boggling that it gets. And I can see that a lot of people will either enjoy this movie because of how crazy it is, or people just straight out not liking this movie because of how crazy or just how horrible or whatever it is to them. But out of all, I didn't have a bad time watching this movie. I thought this movie was really crazy in my opinion, and that is all I'm going to say about Flashback and how I would rate Flashback out of 5 stars. So I would probably rate Flashback maybe 3.5 stars out of 5. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. And until next time, goodbye.